second coffee of the morning. Had to leave early, but it's a Sunday, so no one's on the road. It's super nice.
Nice work there, Dave, loving it.
So here we are, just came back from a bit of racing on the weekend. Raced a couple of classes, but the one we're interested in right now is the vintage class, which we raced the freshly built Mantaray. We got rid of the stock tyres because they're poos on just about every surface. Everybody knows what those stock tyres look like. They're called super grippers, but what they don't do is super all grip. Yes, there's some here. Here's some on a Bar Champ. You know, these puppies here. Maybe in super soft, loamy dirt they would grip, but on any kind of prepped club track, they're sort of no dice. So what we did was I put some Tamiya rims on. They are Top Force offset in size, and we squeezed on some Goosebumps, which are a tyre by J Concepts, well-known tyre, very soft. These are the greens with the inserts. You can fit them on the Tamiya rims. You know, the Tamiya rims are just a bit small, but if you have a little bit of finesse, you can fit them on there and just go careful with your gluing and they turn out all right. How did it go? Went super good, that's how it went. Went really good. The track that we went to, the little raceway that we went to, is an awesome vintage track. Like, it's all just a dirt clay surface, pretty hard packed, lots of little bumps and humps in it, naturally sort of occurring as you get with dirt. And so the setup of this Mantaray was super good, very soft and easy to handle, brilliant. Got a few big jumps there, but you don't really, when you're racing, you got to weigh up getting big jumps and clearing things with keeping it together and keeping the power down, because of course you can't accelerate or brake or turn when you're in the air. So you got to always balance the need for jumping with if it's going to be fast or not. But anyway, this was super awesome. Throughout the day, absolutely no struggles. Probably it's got a bit of a straight in it, the track that we went to, a bit of a back straight, and so we got the high-speed gear set in. We definitely needed that. It had more legs. I feel like it had a bit more legs than some of the other buggies there, and it had great corner speed with the amount of traction it was having in the corners. Really nice, beautiful turn. It hit the brakes, and it's in and dipping and loading up the turning wheels, and and hooking up real well. It was very stable too in the back end, no sliding around, which is a really good setup. So very comfortable, usable setup for the vintage, and we were able to get consistencies, you know, well into the 90% range, and sometimes even, you know, at the higher end of that. But no, it was awesome. So I had a few good battles with some Kyoshos and another Tamiya. But it went really well, just about as well as I thought. I think out of the box, these actually, the travel that they have and the geometry of the suspension is actually, I think it's better than the Top Force just out of the box. It seems like they really got this right. If you put the right oil in and you set it up correctly, they're very good for a dirt surface. Very usable. Yeah, it's well balanced. And it was a good match with the Goosebump tyre on the dirt track. Super good. So I'll roll through some of the results and you can have a little bit of a look. Didn't get much footage. I've got a few sort of indicative sections of the track. And then I've got the results, which I'll load into this. But, you know, a very good day out, very successful. The weather was supposed to be atrocious and it turned out okay, as it often does where we are. But no, a great track and a great crowd to race with, and pretty competitive. Like, everybody who was doing well was well into the 90% range consistency wise. Highest I saw was like a 98, which is super good. But you know, so it was a lot of fun. Everything held up well, nothing cooked itself. I was running just some 3,300 milliamp hour batteries, some quite old ones actually, in fact, stick packs. Actually soft case lipos, which I had 3D printed a case for, and they tend to fit good in the Tamiya, because you know some of these Tamiyas, they run the battery sideways, and some of the bigger lipos are a bit long and they don't really fit, and they're a bit of a squeeze to get in here. So what I do is I buy a soft pack and then print a nice short lipo case for them, and then I insert them in there, and then they tend to go pretty good. But yeah, the battery was probably about 3 or 4 years old, so still plenty of juice left in it. And the way it was running too, I wasn't on full throttle the whole time. It was really nice. Great corner speed. That servo is awesome too that I fitted. That's a great servo. It's one of the best servos I've ever used. Well priced too. Highest LP HV Racing servos, whatever that is. I got recommended it from the guys at Top Shelf, so that was cool, but that worked awesome. And then the Hobbywing 1080, I've got it set with a little bit of drag brake, and yeah, the perimeters of the quick run here 1080 ESC are awesome. You can go ahead and tune it a little bit, which is really nice compared to the Hobbywing 1060 where you're sort of just a bit stuck with whatever it comes with preset wise. So no, excellent. Let's roll in some footage.
3, 2, 1.
Boosting it off the start.
Oh, sorry. Two-wheel drive Cougar.
Oh, what's all this? That's it.
From London to field. From 6 to field. Golden off his two-wheel drive.
A little bit. Not really.
Elvis has left the building. Keep building, mate. It wasn't big, yeah.
Steady on.
Chris, you were done. Scott, wait, done. Charles Newman done. Ben Watson done. Matthew Reading done.
So here we have the breakdown of the racing, which is awesome on Live RC. Go through all the laps and see what we got. These are the start qualifying rounds vintage. Had a bit of an incident in this one, ended up qualifying quite badly because of it out of that first one. See, I dropped right off there. What happened was I actually lost a body pin out of the back, and the body popped off and then got sort of sideways and jammed on the wheel. So I had to run to the pits, and then you see it's affected my consistency. Ran to the pits and got a new pin, and that's that 94-second lap there. So I was over 2 laps down behind everybody, and then finished the race. Ended up crawling back to, I think, 4th, and then had round 2 of the qualifying. Went a little bit better. Managed to qualify first out of that one there, and back up that consistency there, 97% consistency, and you can see there the lap times are all pretty consistent with that Manta Ray. Fast time of 28 there. But it's all fairly consistent. Those top 3 drivers are all well into the high 90s in the consistency. So here we are into the second set of racing, which is the mains. Bit of a bobble at the start there, 37. Got caught up with another driver, ended up doing circles and getting marshalled. But overall, pretty consistent times with that DF01. Still came out on top there with that main. And then into the second main for the day, ended up with the 3rd place behind another Tamiya, Top Force, and also Kyosho. Both racing pretty good. It was a good fun day of racing. Pretty clean overall. Few incidents, but that's just racing. It's what you get. But that DF01 out of the box with the stock setup, good tyres, and it's looking pretty damn good. Very promising.